The Roman Empire, often celebrated for its grandeur and advancements, harbors a much darker history beneath its celebrated feats. While school textbooks and popular media frequently highlight the architectural marvels and philosophical contributions, they often gloss over the brutal realities that were just as integral to the empire's foundation. This exploration seeks to shed light on these overshadowed aspects, revealing a complex civilization marked not just by innovation and leadership, but also by cruelty and exploitation. Roman society was built on the backs of conquered peoples and slaves. Its politics were a hotbed of deception and betrayal, and its culture, in many ways, celebrated death and decadence. Understanding these elements is crucial, not only for a comprehensive view of ancient Rome, but also for drawing lessons applicable to the modern world. From the blood-soaked sands of the Colosseum to the silent cries of the enslaved, the dark side of Rome has much to teach us about the potential consequences of unchecked power and societal excess. As we delve into these lesser-known chapters of Roman history, we invite readers to look beyond the surface of marble and gold, to the shadows where true lessons lie hidden. This journey through the darker paths of Roman history is not just an academic pursuit, but a necessary reflection on human nature and power dynamics that still resonate today. Rome's military conquests are often portrayed as tales of strategic genius and valor, but the reality was frequently far grimmer. Armies under Roman command were not just conquering forces, they were agents of devastation. They employed brutal tactics to subdue rebellious territories, often resorting to massacre and destruction to ensure compliance. This military approach not only expanded their territory but also spread terror, a tool they used deliberately to maintain control. The consequences of these military actions were catastrophic for the local populations. Cities were razed, and survivors were sold into slavery or left to starve. The famous siege of Carthage, ending in 146 BC, serves as a stark example, where the city was destroyed and its inhabitants slaughtered or enslaved, effectively erasing a civilization. These acts of brutality were justified by the Romans as necessary for the security and expansion of the empire, a rationale that echoes eerily in many modern conflicts. Moreover, the glorification of military conquest in Roman culture contributed to a societal desensitization to violence. Triumphs, grand parades celebrating military victories, often included displays of captive enemies and spoils of war. This normalization of conquest and subjugation set a dangerous precedent, showing how societal values can be shaped by and in turn support militaristic brutality. Slavery was a cornerstone of Roman economy and society, deeply integrated into the daily life of the empire. Slaves in Rome could be found in households, fields, mines, and even in administrative roles, but their ubiquity does not imply benign conditions. The lives of slaves were marked by harsh treatment, lack of personal autonomy, and constant dehumanization, conditions justified by a societal structure that viewed slaves as property rather than people. The legal status of slaves in Rome only further entrenched their suffering. They had no legal rights of their own. They were subject to the whims of their masters, who had the legal authority to punish them harshly, even unto death. This power dynamic not only fostered an environment of fear and subjugation, but also devalued human life on a fundamental level. The reliance on slave labor also discouraged technological innovation in agriculture and industry, having a lasting impact on economic development. The treatment of slaves in Roman society raises important ethical and moral questions that resonate through history to the present day. It highlights the dangers of dehumanizing others for economic gain and the ease with which a society can justify such actions under the guise of normality and necessity. Understanding these dynamics helps in recognizing similar patterns in modern global labor practices, making it a critical study of how power and economics can corrupt ethical values. Section 4. The Arena of Death. Gladiatorial Combat. Gladiatorial games, one of the most infamous aspects of Roman culture, were not just entertainment, they were a reflection of Rome's values and social hierarchies. These bloody spectacles involved combatants, often slaves, prisoners of war, or condemned criminals, fighting to the death, while thousands of spectators cheered on. The games were a tool for social control, providing a release for societal aggression and diverting attention from political issues. The gladiators themselves were a paradox, revered as heroes, but treated as disposable objects. While a few achieved fame and fortune, most lived brutal and short lives. Their fate's a stark testament to the disposability of human life in the pursuit of entertainment and political power. The games continued to escalate in cruelty and spectacle as emperors used them to gain popularity and suppress dissent, illustrating how state-sponsored violence can be normalized and even celebrated. The cessation of these games came too late for countless victims, but the end of such entertainments marked a significant cultural shift within the empire. This transformation reflects broader changes in societal values and attitudes towards life and death. Today, the legacy of the gladiatorial games challenges us to consider how violence is used for entertainment in our own culture, prompting a reflection on what this says about contemporary values. Section 5. Political intrigue and betrayal. In the corridors of power in Rome, political intrigue and betrayal were not just common. They were part of the fabric of governance. The political landscape of ancient Rome was notoriously unstable, with alliances constantly shifting and betrayals commonplace. This cutthroat environment was epitomized by figures like Julius Caesar, whose rise and fall were marked by both political genius and brutal betrayal. The methods of political maneuvering in Rome were ruthless. Poisonings, assassinations, and purges were frequent tools used by those in power to eliminate rivals and consolidate power. These tactics fostered a climate of fear and suspicion that permeated all levels of society, from the Senate to the streets. This atmosphere stifled political dissent and innovation, as the risk of betrayal was a constant threat. The legacy of Roman political intrigue offers a cautionary tale about the corrosive effects of power and ambition. It serves as a reminder of the importance of transparency and accountability in governance. Reflecting on these historical examples provides valuable insights into the dangers of political corruption and the enduring need for integrity in public affairs. Section 6. Decadence and decline, the fall from within. The decline of the Roman Empire is often attributed to external invasions, but internal decadence played a crucial role as well. Economic disparity, moral decay, and social apathy crept through the fabric of Roman society, eroding it from within. As the wealth of the empire grew, so did the gap between the rich and the poor, leading to social stratification and unrest. Luxury and excess became markers of social status among the Roman elite, leading to extravagant lifestyles that flaunted wealth rather than contributing to societal welfare. This hedonism was not just a personal choice but a political statement, reflecting a culture increasingly disconnected from the realities of its citizens' lives. Such disparities highlight the dangers of a society where wealth and power are concentrated in the hands of a few. The historical lessons of Rome's decline are particularly relevant today, as modern societies grapple with similar issues of inequality and cultural decadence. The fall of Rome serves as a powerful reminder of what can happen when a society becomes too self-absorbed and disconnected from communal values and responsibilities. Understanding this helps frame discussions about sustainability, equity, and the collective good in contemporary contexts. Section 7. Learning from the darkness of the past. Reflecting on the dark aspects of Roman history is not merely an academic exercise. It is a vital process for understanding the complexities of human societies and the recurring patterns of history. The brutality, exploitation, and decadence of the Roman Empire offer stark lessons about the consequences of unchecked power, the importance of ethical governance, and the societal impacts of inequality and moral decay. By studying these shadowed chapters, we gain insights into the resilience of human societies and the importance of maintaining ethical standards and communal values. These historical lessons are critical in guiding current and future generations in building a more just and sustainable world. As we look back at the darkness of the past, we illuminate the path forward, ensuring that history's lessons are not forgotten but serve as beacons for progress and enlightenment. This exploration into Roman history thus serves not only to educate but to inspire a thoughtful examination of our own times. By understanding the failures and missteps of the past, we can better navigate the complexities of the modern world, ensuring that we do not repeat the mistakes that once led to the decline of one of history's greatest civilizations.